the essence of the eternal divine spirit, the one that causes all that exists to exist, the one that is self-existent.
How many men have children and the children never meet their father? See, you created a void in that child because you are a part of that child.
Black power! Black power!
Black power!
Black power!
Black power!
Are you feeling fatigued and can barely make it through the day without some type of caffeine?
Are you on a journey of healing your body but need a little help?
Then alkaline water is what you really need.
Alkaline water has many benefits. Alkaline water can help restore pH balance in the body. Consuming beverages such as soda and coffee can make your body acidic.
Did you know that too much acid in your body has been linked to an anemia, heart disease, obesity, diabetes, autoimmune disease, chronic pain, and other chronic conditions like gout and arthritis?
Those who use alkaline water have reported increased energy levels, clearer skin, reduction in inflammation, better digestion, and many other health benefits. I've used alkaline water for years, and it's been instrumental in sustaining my health when I was diagnosed with sarcoidosis.
Are you ready to take responsibility for your body's health?
If the answer is yes, then our alkaline water is just what you need. Bring your own bottles. It's only $3 for each gallon. To place an order or for more information, you can reach us at 773-846-3091. Thank you in advance for your support.
Hi, my name is Sister Ebony Stevenson. I am your announcer for today. Welcome to the Toma Nation's weekly Sunday worship service from 12 p.m. to 2 p.m. every Sunday at 616 East 71st Street here in Chicago, Illinois, and also live on Facebook. If you would like more information, you can reach us at www.facebook.com/TomaNation2 or give us a call at 773-952-8302. Now I am going to recite our opening. In the name of the eternal divine spirit, the one that causes all that exists to exist, the one that is self-existent, the one who directs the sunships of millions and trillions of years, and the one who made time the seed of the universe, known among the ancient Kemites or Egyptians as Amun-Ra and Aten, among the Hebrews as Ansar, Yahweh, and Elohim, among the Christians as Lord, God, and Jehovah, among the Muslims and Islamic world as Allah, the one God, among the Rastafarians as Jah, Rastafari, among the Yoruba tribes of West Africa as Odumare, Eshu, and many other Orisha names. I bear witness that all these names refer to the same one, Almighty Spirit, and it is to that essence which I give reverence and to whom I submit. I boldly proclaim that we, the descendants of those black men and women who survived the transatlantic slave trade, are the Lost 13 tribe, born in North America and are of a Nubian Kemetic lineage. I further proclaim that the blood of all the nations of the earth flows through our veins. I greet you in the ancient but holy words of peace, Hotep, Shalom, Assalamu alaikum, Habaragani, Alafia, and Ashe. Now I am going to recite the 13 points of what we believe and know. Number 1. We believe and know that we are not to repeat the mistakes of the past prophets and messengers of the Almighty Creator of the heavens and earth. Number 2. We believe and know that we can only establish an economic base through the application of the knowledge of self and the incorporation of the ideologies of the Honorable Marcus Garvey, the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, Mahatma Gandhi, and Ben Ami. Number 3. We believe and know that the prophets and messengers of the Holy Bible, the Holy Quran, and the Kemetic Holy Books were all black. Number 4, we believe and know that Jesus Christ of 2,000 years was and is a black man. Number 5, we believe and know that the knowledge of the Almighty Creator goes beyond books written by the prophets and messengers of the Almighty Creator. Number 6, we believe and know that in order to promote and coordinate unity, we must first recognize and accept the uniqueness of being able to worship our Creator, regardless of religious denomination, name, title, ritual, particular dress, or holy book, as long as it recognizes the Almighty Creator of the heavens, earth, and the universe as supreme. Number 7, we believe and know that it is impossible to tell the truth without exposing the wicked governments of the world. Number 8, we believe and know that the United States government, in collaboration with other European nations, have a denial objective to exterminate dark-skinned people of color off the earth through the act of genocide. Number 9, we believe and know that some of the most effective methods that are being used today are AIDS, birth control, alcohol and drug abuse, vaccinations, gang and domestic violence, systematic elimination of trauma centers, the public school system, and public aid within the black communities of America and the world. Number 10, we believe and know that the last trick that Satan is playing on us is the dividing of us by our religious differences, religious gangbanging. Number 11, we believe and know that the conflict between the various religions are comparable to the conflict between various street gangs within the inner cities of America. Number 12, we believe and know that the war on drugs and gangs is a diabolical plot to disarm the black community of weapons, break up the black family, withdraw our constitutional rights, also kill and incarcerate young black males under the undercover code name April 2029. And number 13, we believe and know that every letter, shape, sound, and numerical value contains esoteric information that completely transcends the specific contextual meaning of the word. Our purpose: to bring about the growth of a righteous community in accordance with the laws of the Creator of the universe, under the leadership and guidance of Brother Minister Raheem Quasad Oxen, to provide solutions to the social and economic ills that plague the communities of urban America. Our goal: to re-educate and retrain youth and young adults to develop positive moral values as an alternative to delinquent behaviors, because you can't rebuild a community and not rebuild the minds of the residents of the community to meet the responsibilities of maintaining the community's image. Our mission: to enhance the economic development of our communities by establishing businesses, real and personal properties, thereby creating jobs and/or entrepreneurship training programs that will reverse the concept of leaving the community to buying back the community. Our motto: let your light so shine before men that they shall see your good works and glorify your Father which is in heaven. Matthew 5:16. Now we're going to recite our salute to the red, black, and green flag. Everyone put your right fist in the air and repeat after me. Here's to this flag of mine, the red, black, and green. Hopes in its future bright, Africa has seen. Here's to the red of it, great nations shall know of it. In time to come, red blood shall flow of it. Historians shall write of it, this flag of mine. Here's to the black of it, 400 million's back of it, whose destiny depends on it. The red, black, and green of it, oh flag of mine. Here's to the green of it, young men and women shall dream of it, face shots and shells for it, maidens shall sing of it, waving so high. Here's to the whole of it, colors bright and pole of it, pleased is my soul with it, regardless of what is told of it. Thanks to God for giving him this great flag of mine. Please keep your right fist raised high in the air as we sing our Black National Anthem.
Lift every voice and sing till earth and heaven ring with the harmonies of liberty. Let our rejoicing rise high as the listening skies. Let it resound loud as the rolling sea. Sing a song full of the faith that the dark past has taught us. Sing a song full of the hope that the present has brought us. Facing the rising sun of a new day begun. Let us march on till victory is won.
Black power, black power, black power. Black power is the power to define, develop, and defend that which is in the best interest of Black people.
Peace. In the name of the everlasting Father, he that causes all that exists to exist, he that is self-existent, he who directs the sonships of millions and trillions of years, he who made time the seat of the universe. He's known among the ancient Kemites or Egyptians as Amun-Ra and Aten, among the Hebrews as Ansar, Yahweh, Elohim, among the Christians as Lord, God, and Jehovah, among the Muslims as Allah, the one God, among the Rastafarians as Jah, Rastafari, among the Yoruba tribe as Olodumare, Obatala, and many other Orisha gods. I bear witness that all of those names refer to the same one, Almighty God. And it is to him whom I give reverence and to whom I submit. I boldly proclaim that we, those children of those Black men and women who survived the transatlantic slave trade, are that lost 13 tribe born here in North America, and that we are of a Nubian, Kemetic lineage. I further proclaim that the blood of all the nations of the world and nationalities of the world flow through our veins. I greet you all in the ancient but yet holy words of peace and many of the languages of our fathers of Hotep, Shalom, Assalamu alaikum, Barigani, Alafia, and Ashe. Welcome, welcome to the Temple of Mercy Association, aka the Toma Nation, on this great day, Sunday, here in Chicago. Got a large amount of snow outside, but it's part of what Chicago is used to. I am Brother Minister Raheem Kased Aten, founder of this great movement in its current state, along with our co-founder, Minister Omari Jahi Aten, and the First Lady of this movement, Sister Makita Aisha Aten. Welcome, welcome again to this broadcast coming to you live on Facebook and on YouTube. I haven't been on for a minute, but you've been listening to our teacher, or the teacher Some say Sunday school teacher, but I can't say that. We won't. But you've been listening to her, Sister Ebony. She's also the administrator, one of our administrators here. And she's the voice that you hear in our intro coming in. And she's been doing a great job on Sundays, along with our minister, assistant minister, my assistant minister, Kenneth Cox. I wanted to come on today and talk to you about these Hellidays that you call holidays. And we as a people have been going along to get along for so long that we just celebrate things without thinking. And most of us celebrate it because our parents did, or our parents did. And some of us say it's for the children, and we seem to be having more fun sometimes than they do. But we as a people have come a long way, but we also have a long way to go. Because when it comes to us here in America, we take 2 steps forward and 2 back. And when we look up, we always wind up in the same position we were in, where it looks as though we haven't made any progress. We got grocery stores that open, and I've seen so many of them close during my time. Businesses opening and closing. And we're really trying to get a foothold, a stronghold in America's system where we can be recognized on the same level as the other ethnic groups when it comes to commerce and when it comes to opportunities and things. But it looks as though America looks over us. And they have been since we've been here, and they brought us here. And it's like others come in, even immigrants, and get more opportunity and more resources than we do, who were brought over here against our will, and use our labor, forced labor, to build America. But yet they won't repair our situation, which they are the ones who put us in this mental condition, but they don't want to repair it. No reparations or anything. But yet still want to take everything that God gave us and use it for their own advancement. All of our inventions that we wasn't really forced to invent them. It was just, we are a creative people and have always been a creative people. We are a rhythmic people, and we've always been a rhythmic people. We dance to the beat, not just of the drums, but we dance to the beat of the earth. And so we are of the earth, from the earth, and we are closer, and I know people don't want to hear this, to God than any other people on the planet Earth. And if you want me to explain that one day, I certainly will. You heard in our introduction what the phone number is, that you can call us at any time. We are an all-inclusive, Black conscious, righteous movement. Now let me talk about these holidays and why I call them a holiday. You know, America's history is drowned in blood. But not only America's history, the history of the white man is covered in blood. The history of Earth itself is covered in blood. Murder being the order of the day. And the Creator, God, whatever name you call him, created this earth to be a planet of peace. Adam and Eve in the garden were at peace. The garden itself was at peace. And you know that we've come a long way now from that garden of peace. And we in Toma subscribe to the Holy Bible and the Holy Quran, each book representing 180 degrees of the knowledge and wisdom of a higher being and his association in the affairs of us humans on this planet. And that together makes 360 degrees of wisdom and knowledge and understanding of human behavior and our connection to what most want to say is the Most High. Now, being led by these two books and many other books, but these are our two main books, we in Toma, along with others before us, said we, in coming into our own and being ourselves, like any other ethnic group has that option to do, and they do it. We have to chart out what is truly our holidays and then truly dig into the days that they've given us as our holidays: Easter, Christmas, Thanksgiving, Halloween, and we celebrate them with reckless abandon without the true history. Everyone knows the history, and sorry, Catholics, if I have to say this, but it's just true. Study it yourself. Everyone knows the history of the Catholic Church. They do. Everybody knows that nuns are supposed to be celibate. Everybody knows that the men, the priests, are supposed to be celibate, meaning do not have any kind of pleasure from sex. Nope, they're not supposed to have sex. So they take a vow of celibacy. But yet, we continue to hear all kind of stories of what priests are doing to the altar boys and other things like that. Maybe it may not be your Catholic Church, but the Catholic history is tainted with that. But yet, we want to celebrate Christmas with a man that most people don't know. His name was Saint Nicholas, another Catholic priest. That when you symbolize things about him, he's in a department store in the children's department putting children on his lap. But you don't even look at the history or nothing. And so you don't know these things about this Satan's clause that you all are about to celebrate. Nose is all red, obese. Most people we know whose nose is always cherry red is snorting cocaine. Here's a man that's living up in the North Pole where no light shines. Why would he want to do stuff in the dark? Comes down the chimney in your house where in the Bible it says if a person comes any other way in your house besides the front door is a thief and a robber. But yet, we want to celebrate. Then, any kind of way we can get out of not facing that fact, we jump quickly to, well, it ain't got nothing to do with him, it's Jesus. You know, I love my sister, but this example I'm going to show you is what we continue to do once we find out the truth, but yet we still want to hold on to this lie so we can be a part of the truth. So my sister, during this time, when she found out that we have our own celebrations as a people, Kwanzaa being one of them, that's supposed to keep us from celebrating Christmas. And then we have another one called Umoja Karamu on the 4th Sunday of November that's supposed to be Black's alternative to Thanksgiving. So what my sister would do, she would set up in the front room the Christmas tree and all of that, and lights and all. Then in the dining room will be everything, a whole table set up for Kwanzaa. What is that saying, brothers and sisters? We don't want to let this white man go. We'll carry him along with us if we have to. Even if we gonna celebrate our own stuff, we gonna carry him right along with us. Because we are caught up, blind, bamboozled, like Malcolm X said, blindfolded. That Pharaoh done let us go, but we won't let Pharaoh go. For some strange reason, we can't. And we make every excuse under the sun to still stick with Pharaoh. But God said, come out of her, my people. So we won't suffer her plagues. When you see the Hispanics and every other group happily celebrating their own holidays and histories, happily doing it, and not caring if you like it or not, speaking Spanish and other languages, their own languages right in front of you. The Arabs do it and all, and they don't feel embarrassed in front of you because they're going to celebrate and they're going to live their culture without shame. We even have the nerve that during Black History Month, teachers in schools cautiously trying to look in the books and find out what part of the history can I teach the children and not make the white teachers feel uncomfortable. What is wrong with us today in 2025 that we can't come into our own and be ourselves? What is it? But we want to make an excuse. But I'm finna give you alternatives now. And I want to see if you will celebrate our own. I know we'll do that and just we'll do Christmas and Kwanzaa. I just mentioned one to you today that we have. I'm gonna name it and I'm gonna tell you. It's called Umoja Karamu, meaning unity feast. And if you notice, everything that we celebrate is very spiritual, and it got a connection to a higher power and a higher being, whereas mostly the white man stuff got a background in blood and killing and murder. Look at it. Even in our national anthem, if you compare it to theirs is written in blood and ours is written in a struggle, but yet still connected to God. But yet they're afraid if we come into power and run this country and run the world, that we're going to put back on them what they did to us, but mostly because we are a peaceful people. We usually look over that and run the world. I don't subscribe to that way of doing things, but that's okay with me if we God's people. But listen, it means unity feast, celebrated by Blacks as a cultural alternative to Thanksgiving. You know, Thanksgiving is covered in the bloods of Native Americans. It fosters solidarity. Look what it fosters, not war, and appreciation for Black heritage through prayer. Look at us. Look at how better the world would be if we was running. Then we do a lot of historical storytelling about us and our past and our history in a shared meal, potluck mostly we call it. The celebration often includes symbolic foods representing 5 periods of Black history. Listen to that. And are often held around the 4th Sunday in November. Those who are here in Chicago, I'm here to tell you that one of the organizations that I happen to be a part of, the UNIA, which was founded by the Honorable Marcus Mosiah Garvey, we're having our Umoja Karamu. It's not a festival, but it's more of a potluck with the Hyde Park Writers Group. Enjoy entertainment, food, networking, fellowship, and it's today, brothers and sisters, at 2 p.m., from 2 p.m. to 5, all right? Is at the Drexel Square Plaza, 810 East Hyde Park, which is right at 51st and Cottage Grove on the 9th floor in the penthouse. Now, you got a chance to come and find out what that is all about in person, not on Google, so that you can participate in it and have something to pass down to your children. And don't wait till they discover what Thanksgiving really was about. and look at you and ask why you didn't tell them. Don't wait until you discover what St. Nicholas and Santa Claus and Kris Kringle was all about, and then you turn around and now look like a fool because you didn't want to let them know their own culture, their own nature, and stuff that was given to us that helped make us complete our connection and our rise to our Father, God, or whoever you want to call him. So come on out. Come on out. So now let's look at this. Thanksgiving. That day is a reminder of the genocide of millions of Native people, Native Americans, right here in America. Killed them wholesale. Then had the Native Americans come in and have a feast with their chief's head on a pole. Not a turkey, but the chief's head. A group of pilgrims coming into America that the Native Americans call paleface. Today, the Native Americans that you see are real light skinned because the white man, before he gives something to a real dark black so-called African American, will give it to either the lightest skinned black person or the lightest Native American that they can make. Understand what I said, and it was not a mistake. They married into the Native Americans' world, going into their women and constantly going into them for years and years and years until a new version, light-skinned Native American that we see is the one that they accept and the one they gave reparations to. Not the real dark-skinned black Native American woman and man with the silky, real dark black long hair. That's the original one, y'all. But they had to wipe that one out so they can feel pretty good about giving it to the lighter skinned new brand of Native Americans that they created. I ain't gonna knock you all because y'all still fighting for your history and wanting to make sure it be told, but add that to it so you can know where you are and who you really are and how you came about. I got pictures of my grandfather and my grandmother. I wish I could find it for you. My grandfather was Choctaw. His wife, my grandmother, was Cherokee. Dark skin, glistening, dark skin, long, silky hair. Oh, I know what I'm saying. See, when I'm talking, 90% of the time, I'm talking from some sort of experience that I understand and know about. So I know what I'm saying. So now here we go with Kris Kringle in the North Pole, in the dark, with little children he named elves. I don't know where Mrs. Claus be. She always have her back turned somewhere, so she don't know what's going on. This person got a list of children's names, and he checked it twice. Now he on his way to meet them. And if you call the police, they'll send a squad up there, break the door down, and will arrest Satan's Claus and have him in jail for being a child molester and a predator. Yeah, your Santa Claus that you keep thinking that you celebrate. Then you say, no, it's the birth of Christ. No, his birthday was not, again, was not in December. And he never asked you to celebrate his birthday. Nowhere in the Bible do Jesus ask you to celebrate his birthday. He asked you to celebrate his accomplishments and mimic and imitate his behavior and character. And he was showing you how to become one with his Father that you might be more acceptable in his sight. Yeah, the creator of this planet. That's what he did. He didn't say, well, please on this day celebrate my birthday. In Jeremiah 10, verses 1-5, and I'll read it, but I want to give you something about it. All right? It's all about Let me read it here. It talks about a pagan and it talks about a heathen. And I'm going to give you a definition of both of those. All right. And it says, Toma has one religion, Temple of Mercy, and that's obey God. So who are we really celebrating on December 25th? Well, it turns out that Nimrod was an actual person. All right. He was a pagan who was born on December 25th. That never mind broke the civilization of Moses. 17 centuries after Moses and 3 centuries before the birth of Yahshua. Nimrod is responsible for making the law of Moses of non-effect, of the 10 Commandments, right? He had a strange incestuous relationship with his mother. See, everything centered around Christmas is very sexual. I don't know if y'all see that, all right? Something called a mistletoe, you stand under and get a kiss. And red representing the lowest chakra on your body that represents your lower desires in nature. What about Christmas, that you're trying to make it be that it's not? All the wine and drinking and partying and acting like a Viking, chewing meat and snatching it off the bone and whatnot, and you just having fun, the women dancing and twerking and all around you and this and that and what. Come on, y'all. Why do we have to join in on what America and Americans feel is this joyous holiday? And so his mother was promoting the belief that Nimrod was a god. And when he died, 2167 BC, she claimed that a full-grown evergreen tree sprung out of the roots of a dead tree stump that symbolized the springing forth of a new life for Nimrod. And every time she would visit his grave, it would have gifts under it. So how did all these practices get mixed in with Jesus? Constantine, who was a Christian. See, Jesus never claimed to be a Christian. But somewhere Paul went to a place called Antioch and he coined the phrase Christians, not Jesus. So brothers and sisters, Jesus was not a Christian. All right? His name was Jesus. And he gained a level of consciousness called Christ consciousness. It's a level of understanding and it's a certain oneness that you have with the creator of the heavens and the earth. It's a oneness you have because you decided to tune in on nature, tune in on heavenly things. Make sure that you absorb yourself with all things spiritual so that you can rule the world from a spiritual perspective, knowing that you're still in a spirit, in a physical existence. But that will give you the peace of mind that you would be looking for. All right? So now Constantine, this so-called Christian emperor in Rome, 306 AD to 337 AD, he was a well-known pagan, but he converted to Christianity, but he didn't want to completely give up his pagan practices. So he mixed in with the teachings of Jesus, the birth of Jesus, Christmas, the so-called death of Jesus, Easter. Just look at it. And all of this dealing with killing something or somebody or some people. Everything dealing with killing. Right here in Illinois, there's a place called Starved Rock. They done made it out of a place where you go and enjoy yourself and deal with the history. And all it is about some Native Americans that was running away from some other tribe of Indians that was paid in whatever way their currency was to go after these people, like they're doing with these what they call them, immigrants and whatnot. They were paid by a French group that had set up in Illinois And they ran them up on this mountain and they starved them to death. They didn't let them come down. And now they're gonna name it Starved Rock. And now it's a museum. Like you go there and you look at the sickness of the white man. I can't say America because this white man is sick. And I don't know how you understand it, but I know you want to separate them. And if I say, look at the Russian president, he's sick. Oh, he's a Russian. No, he's a white Russian. Look at Netanyahu in Israel. He's sick. You'll say, but that's a Jew. No, he's a white Jew. Let's be truthful about things and let's stop sliding and slipping and trying to be afraid and don't want to stand up for your own self, your own people, and do stuff for your own self, that you got to be the doggone public defender, lawyer for a race of people whose whole existence is rooted in murder. They want to point at us about drive-by killing. They've been drive-by shooting since Al Capone and even before then. They want to put it all on us. Man, I got to get these holidays in. Temple of Mercy, we have our own commemorative holidays. In February, we don't say Black History Month. We say Black Heritage Month. Because we know our history is 365 years. How many days of the year? But our heritage, we can take time and consolidate as much of it as we can so people can know that we inherited something as a people here in America and in the world. And so we need to teach our people what was our inheritance. Not necessarily our history, but our inheritance. What is rightfully ours? What do we rightfully own on this planet that was given to us? And who was God talking to when he was talking to the Israelites and said he was going to give them a land that was promised to them? That is why color is so important, so you can know that a people was carved out and given an inheritance. You need to know who it is, why it is, how it's connected to you and I, and our people. We got to come back to ourselves, brothers and sisters. And so we got Black Heritage Month, and then we got Juneteenth. But with the Juneteenth, we do a parade called Buy Black Parade because we on the economic bottom and nobody supports us but us. And so if we don't support us and we keep going to other grocery stores and other businesses and they're not Black, this is why we go out of business. Other ethnic groups, they'll tell you they're not going to let you in their community to set up shop because they only support themselves. And their motto is, we buy from us and you buy from us. Case closed, nothing else. But we don't see that as racist. But the moment we start thinking like that and do it, we pin that on us ourselves, that we racist. And that's the stupidity we're under. We got to wake up. You talking about mental health, take it that deep. And we got a mental problem. And we need help. Because we cannot come up out of the mindset that we must depend on this white man for everything that we want to do and be successful with. Then he done scared the hell out of you that when you do become a little bit successful and decide that you want to do some stuff of your own, he takes your son, your daughter, or even you and kill you or put you in jail or something like that. And then that you the example for niggas, stay in your place. I know y'all say I ain't supposed to say it, but if you want me to stop, then stop all the rappers from saying it and stop the radio stations from playing it. All right? So now, we looking at someone else being celebrated on December 25th, but not us. So now we got Juneteenth and our Buy Black Parade on the 19th. August 31st, we got the international holiday that the Honorable Marcus Mosiah Garvey set up for us. And not just for us in America, but throughout the world. A holiday that he put in place for us. I guess because he wasn't white, it didn't have no reverence. Y'all be sick. We got to wake up. If we don't preserve our history and our truths, nobody else is going to do it. And they ain't supposed to. See, you're supposed to preserve your history. You're supposed to pass your history down to your children and your children's children. You're supposed to do it. Or we'll always be under the thumb of an oppressor because we don't know who we are. And the only way we know whose we are is when the white man stand up and say, right over here, we own you. We over here. You can't see how he got you blindfolded and bamboozled that we have a savior, but he got to be white. Then you'll probably get on me because back behind here is this Last Supper full of black people. And Yahshua right here, black with locks. Now I will get some black churches to go against me and call me a pagan and all that because they black. And they look like your black preacher and they look like us. But because we've been fed the white image of Jesus, what's his name? Michelangelo, who painted that picture of Jesus with his, the picture of Jesus, I ain't even go there. Because I'll be gone. Let me finish out the holidays. August 31st, holiday that Marcus Garvey gave us. October 16th, a holiday that the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan gave us, the Holy Day of Atonement and the Million Man March. Then in Toma, we got what we call Founders Day, November 20th, which is another day of atonement for members of our movement that want to come back after being suspended or they left. Then on the 25th, that y'all call Christmas, we call it the Day of Appreciation. And on the 31st, you call it New Year's Eve, we call it the Day of Reflection. Why? Because we practice Black power. And you heard Ebony says the power to define, the power to develop, the power to defend that which is in the best interest of us, our people. We have the power to define. We ain't got to go by what they say and what they think black is and all. We got to define things for ourselves and our people. Or else you're going to always get messed up with this English language. There's some people whose first name is gay. Their parents named them gay because back then gay meant happy. And that child was giggly and laughing and stuff like that. So they said, oh, she's so happy and gay, or he's so happy and gay. So they named them gay. Now, it don't work today because the English language is a bastard language. It got one word that means 18 things. So who's confused? They're confusing the hell out of us. So we, with the power to define, named December 25th the Day of Appreciation, where we get together with each other, we roast Satan's claws, and then we talk about how much we appreciate each other for being whoever we are. We get to a space or a place early in the morning, 8 and 9 o'clock. We don't wait to go get under the Christmas tree. That crap. And then we do something called Ramadan in December, which is a fast, which is really not a real fast, but it's considered a fast. Now, because we read Bible and Quran, in the Quran, they mention Ramadan. And it's the month that marks the period in which the Holy Quran was first revealed to the Prophet Muhammad. Not Elijah Muhammad, but Prophet Mustafa Muhammad of the Holy Quran. It's also the month in which the Muslims practice one of the 5 pillars of Islam, which is fasting. They just had theirs this year, Orthodox Islam, which started, I think it was February No, it started on the evening of March the 30th. And no. Well, anyway, y'all look it up. Here it says, the evening of Friday, the 28th of February, and it ended on Sunday, March 30th. There it is. Now, in the temple, we don't practice that Ramadan. Again, the power to define for ourselves. If we want to do it, the Honorable Elijah Muhammad gave us a way to do it that will not only keep us from celebrating Christmas, but it will also help us bring our desires under control during that time, so we won't engage in some of those practices that they engage in during the month of December. All right? So the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, he says, all the members shall observe the month of Ramadan in accordance with Honorable Elijah Muhammad by fasting in the month of December. We don't follow Orthodox Islam because we got to define for ourselves what's best for us. Now, some of y'all say, well, Nation of Islam do that. Well, yeah. Well, he's building a nation for us, but if we're not a part of that nation, then we need to get and talk to somebody to find out why they went and did that. But his teacher said this, and he said, the purpose is to keep the righteous members from partaking in the celebration of the falsehood of the birth of Yahshua. The month and date of December 25th is not the birth date of Yahshua. He was born sometime in September. All right. So now, since we know that it's a falsehood, we don't want to celebrate it. Then we want to also prevent the righteous from partaking in the celebration of the falsehood of Satan's claws. All right. We don't want Satan's claws to draw us into his world during this month. We don't want to partake in that crap that you see our brothers and sisters partaking in, along with the demon master himself, Satan's claws. So it says, during the daylight hours, the righteous are to abstain from food, drink, and sex until after sundown. The righteous will also abstain from eating meat through the month of December. It is clearly stated in the Quran, fasting is prescribed for you, which means it's a prescription. Because not only is it for that reason I just stated, but it's a health reason too, because sometimes our food can kill us because we constantly eating and eating and eating and eating, but we won't stop and fast. The only fast we get is when we go to sleep. Then we eat breakfast. That's breaking the fast. Hopefully I'll come back again on a Sunday to tell you about fasting and why it's important and how you can live a long time without being sick if you understood fasting. But I don't have time to give that to you today. So now, we talk about in the Bible, Jeremiah. And it says, hear ye the word which the Lord speaketh unto you. Jeremiah chapter 10, starting verse 1 to verse 5. O house of Israel, thus said the Lord, learn not the way of the heathen, and be not dismayed at the signs of heaven, for the heathen are dismayed at them. Now, somebody want to define heathen as a person who don't have a religion or walked away from religion. All right. But since the dictionary got so many doggone interpretations, I can pick one just like they did. So this is the one I picked in the dictionary. It says, an unenlightened person, a person regarded as lacking culture or lacking moral principles. That sounds more like a heathen, don't it? An unenlightened person. Our people are destroyed for the lack of knowledge. While we slept, the enemy came in and sowed tares among us and went his way because we lack knowledge of ourselves. And we want to leave it only to the conscious community, meaning you don't want to be conscious, that you done got comfortable with the way we are living and what is going on. We done took a back seat because we say, well, they ain't looking at us now. They after the doggone immigrants. Years ago, we say they ain't looking at us now. They looking at the Arabs because they going after bin Laden and all them. And so they looking at the Arabs. We cool now. No, we ain't never been cool because while they was going after the Arabs, while they was going after the immigrants, they was still snatching us up, putting us in jail, hanging us down in Mississippi, hanging us off of bridges, hanging us on the fence, killing all the most of the truck drivers when they park in one of the sundown towns, looking just like it did back in the 18 and 1900s. So we still ain't free. Still ain't free. So we want to look at them, but won't want to look at ourselves. We want to look at them, but don't really want to see. We want to turn a blind eye until our son or daughter found home. We want to turn a blind eye until our children is in jail and got to take a plea to say that you guilty of something you know you ain't guilty for. But then they got to put it on your doggone record because that's the only way you going to go free. What kind of crap is that we got to go through something like that? That's our only out. Then they try to scare the hell out of you, say, because if you take it to trial, you're going to get 30 years. But if you say you guilty, you'll only do 5. But what happened to in your mind saying, I don't want to do nothing? But y'all in this world, and it ain't righteous. And God say, come out of it. But yet, you sucked all the way into it. Jail is modern slavery. We witnessing a modern slavery with the slave master and his overseers on horses chasing you down in the streets and whatnot because you escaped or you did something that a white man pointed out, said you looked at some woman and they come chase you down, grab you in the middle of everybody watching, tie your hands around your back, beat you a little bit and throw you in the car. Oh yeah, it's the same way it was during the high time. And it's still that way. Wake up, brothers and sisters. Why do you want to stay asleep? Is it more comfortable in your sleep state? Because while you slept, that's how the enemy got in. While you whispering these truths that you hear me talking about, that's how the enemy got in. Your daughter walk up to you or your son, tap you on the shoulder. Dad, Mom, why y'all whispering? Because they scared. They see the truth, they know the truth, but they don't want to upset the apple cart. Tell the truth, shame the who? You better think about that. Tell the truth, shame the devil. Now, who is this enemy and what did he bring in? Matthew 13:25. While men slept, who? Who slept? What men? Your parents. Your community leaders. They slept. They sleep now. They're running after stuff that ain't got nothing to do with our rise. Black elected officials sleep. And clergy sleep. Sleep. Because every time we get something, they destroy it. They'll take time and eventually they destroy it. How do you know, brother minister? Because you can ride past in your own community and know the history and damn near every place you want to point at to give us some historical history is either a vacant lot or somebody white done took the doggone edifice and made it for themselves. That's how I know. Told you I'm going to bring it up today. Why we got to show our children vacant lots and stuff now that the white man owns? But yet Mexicans and Hispanics and Italians and other groups can walk and show you 100-year-old buildings that they still own. They can show you businesses that have been in business hundreds of years and still going. But Ebony Magazine is gone. WJPC is gone. And Supreme Life Insurance, the big building over on, I believe, 47th Street or 43rd or 39th Street in Michigan, used to be an insurance company called Supreme Life, a black insurance company. Did you hear a word I said? Used to be? Where is it? They ain't mismanagement. Where is it? We had BET. They said Tyler Perry got it. I don't know if I can trust Tyler Perry or not. I got to dig deep to find out who's really behind him. That they'll use him to help promote an image of demasculating men. I need to check with his background. I need to check who's really funding him, that he can freely be a billionaire and don't and make us think he don't have no white interest in front of him, like Warren Buffett is to Jay-Z. The rest of you billionaires got to stay quiet, because they'll get you, because you're afraid, because you talk God, but you don't believe in the higher power. You've seen the higher power come to the aid of the prophets, of Moses, of Abraham, and many others. But you can't challenge that and know that he'll come to yours too. I watched Minister Louis Farrakhan from 1980 something up until now, defied the government itself. But he kept God first when he was doing it. Challenged the government, but he kept God first while he was doing it. No matter where he spoke, no matter what venue he was in, he quoted scripture, both Bible and Quran. And he stood on it. I don't care what you want to go and dig up about him, about who Allah is and all this and that. I don't care what name you place on God. I don't care what face you place on God. God lives. Now deal with it. It's probably time for me to chill. I got a few more minutes. It's 1:18. But I got to say what I got to say, y'all. So now men done slept. The parents, the community leaders, black elected officials, and clergy. Why we slept? Our enemy. Now let's find out who our enemy is. The music corporation. The movie industry. Came into our living rooms. Came into our earplugs that's in our ears. Is it just them? No. It ain't just the music industry and the movie industry. But look how many of the doggone enemies that walked into our community and set up shop and leave out every day to go and fix their community. Thank God that one day I decided to do what they call Uber Eats. And it took me way out south somewhere, a place like Orland Park. And I saw a whole community, strip malls and everything. And all the language of that you saw was Arabic. And everything was halal, meaning holy or something. All right? And I didn't see not a black business. I didn't see another ethnic group's business. I saw all Arab businesses. So now you know where they take our money. They don't bring none back. They come with some you and I to build their community, to build the Indian community, to build the Chinese community. That extra income comes from us because we refuse to buy from our own like they buy from themselves. What is our problem? What is it? We suffering from a mental illness. We need to be cleared or free. And every time someone brings us something that might clear us, we beat them down because we want to stay like this. There's something in us that ignites and begin to protect our wrong, begin to protect our illness, begin to protect our addiction. We are addicted to the white man. Oh my God. Y'all don't like my kind of talk. Y'all have to beat up on the white man. Well, I'm sorry, but my history of our people and all the things that I found out, it kept leading back to him. And I still ain't figured out why y'all can accept that the Jews can talk about the Holocaust and tell what part and role the Germans had in it, but you expect for us to tell our story and leave the white man out. And we, like a fool, try hard as hell to make sure we do that. Where that stupidity come from? Wake up, Black America. Wake the hell up. I have to say it like that. So they sold tares among the wheat. What is the tares that they sold? Why does alcohol have to come with music? Why does alcohol have to come with the movie industry? All these commercials. So they sold these tares among the wheat. Wheat is brown, so that's representing the Black community. Alcohol, drugs. Why? Guns, yes. Sold all this among us while we sleep. And some of those that are named are in cahoots with them. I didn't say all, said some. And they sowed the tares among the Black community and they walked away. Look in your mind's eye and see how many times the actual white man is walking around in your community. He don't have to be seen. He's ruling us and running us and don't even have to be seen. He can stay on TV or on social media. He don't have to walk into our community because we already sleep. We refuse to wake up. You shake us and we turn over on the other side. Some of us, it's too late to wake us up. We dead. You can stomp, say fire, or whatever. You dead. Ain't gonna wake up. The walking dead. Because you don't want to hear this. You think it's wrong to have this back here. Somebody want to say, well, that's Christianity. No, that's historyyanity. That's historyyanity if it's told right. There's a formula in the Bible and in the Holy Quran to tell how you can be saved from the destruction that's coming to America and the world. There's a formula in there. It's instructions in there on how to escape if you get in line with Christ. But you don't want to. You're just going to run around, mosey around, and keep on seeing all this stuff happening to us and talking about it. Young man in college found hanging from a tree in college on the campus. Not 18 something, not 19, 20 something, no. 2025. Hanging. But then you say, I thought all your stuff is stuff you know for sure. That's the internet. Well, brothers and sisters, I told you before. I did a funeral of a young man. He was a truck driver. The coffin was closed because his mother said that he had parked in a sundown town. This was 7 years ago. So they've been doing this for quite some time. You're just hearing about it. And they didn't hear from him for a week. And he was found in his truck. And his eye sockets were out. And he had mud in his eye sockets and in his nostrils and in his mouth. And he was completely naked with no clothes on, mud smeared all over him, sitting at the steering wheel. They didn't open the coffin because it just looked too bad. Brothers and sisters, back then in the past, our people kindly just went to our children's funeral and cried and went on back about our business and knowing that it might be attached to what I'm talking about. But you don't want to raise no sand. Now most of us get involved in this thing just like when we used to call these lawyers ambulance chasers. Now we chasing too. Some of our people, some of our community activists chasing for stuff that's going on and that's happening to somebody, and you running over there to get involved in it so you can get a piece of the pie from the when they sue and all this and that. Some of us even have the nerve to make a track record of you helping somebody and showing it to them on your Facebook page and charging them a little money just to get involved in the case. That's a shame. But I'm going to let you go now. It's 1:26. I am Brother Minister Raheem Kasirati. You can call me up anytime, 773-846-3091. And you need to come out of your hell of a condition if you want to keep on celebrating these holidays and don't want to celebrate our own. Yes, I know you might want to hold on to that. And ours, but start with ours too, and eventually you'll let theirs go. But to not even want to step in over on this side to understand who you are in your culture, it's a damn shame. Everything they do is, well, I'm going to quickly read something to you and you'll see what I'm talking about. Let's look at their national anthem, right? Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light? What so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous what? Fight on over the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare. What? The bombs bursting in air gave proof to the night. That's how your flag was still there? Oh, okay. Well, let's see what black people say. Oh, say, lift every voice and sing. Oh, okay, that's different. Till earth and heaven ring. Ring with harmony of liberty. Let our rejoicings rise high wood as the listening skies. Let it resound loud as the rolling sea. Look at that. It's just a whole big contrast between how we handle things and how we do things and how they do things. Their whole life is rooted in murder, in mayhem, in deception. I leave you as I greet you in greeting words of peace, of Hotep, Shalom, Assalamu alaikum, Abarakati, Alafia, Ashe, Happy Holiday, peace, peace, and Black Power. Black Power.
Joining us for our weekly Sunday worship service. We invite you and your family to join us live every Sunday at 616 East 71st Street at our new time from 12:30 to 1:30 p.m. and on Facebook from 12:30 to 1 p.m. If you have enjoyed what you have heard, please feel free to support us with a monetary gift on Cash App at $TOMANATION. Once again, that's $TOMANATION. This will conclude our live stream. The message you have been listening to will continue live here at the Toma headquarters. We thank you, Black family. See you next Sunday. Black Power.
This is the eternal divine spirit, the one that causes all that exists to exist, the one that is self-existent.
How many men have children and the children never meet their father? See, you created a void in that child because you are a part